Hello and welcome to this video on Power BI. In this video, let us dive into how we can create dynamic legend using field parameters in Power BI. This technique will allow your users to select different fields from a slicer, instantly updating the legend of your chart. But before proceeding further, I click to show an existing report that I have, which is using field parameters both as a category as well as a measure. This page that you see has two visuals in it, and it is going to respond for the category selection that I make as well as for the measure selection that we are going to make. Now we are going to extend this feature to also accommodate one more field parameter that will be used in the legend section. For that, I have already created a visual that is having total sales by first name, and this is split based on the English product name. Let's say now I have a requirement where I also need to have this analysis done by marital status. The direct go-to option is I can create one more visual which is going to have marital status in the legend. That is still doable, but we want to do it in a single visual. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create one more field parameter. If you want to know in detail on how we can set up the field parameters for category and measure, I would strongly advise you go take a look at my previous video on field parameters. Coming back to this video, I'm going to create a new field parameter here. I'll be naming it as legend selection. In this legend selection, I'll pull two columns. One is my marital status and the second column is going to be the English product name. I'll click on create. Once I create, my field parameter is going to be added to the data section and as well as a slicer here. Now what I'll do is I'll go change this legend from English product name to the legend selection field parameter. That's it. My visual is now going to respond to the selection that I'm going to do in the field parameter for the legend. If I'm selecting marital status, my visual is going to be split for the marital status. If I'm going to select English product name, the same visual is going to be split for the English product name. This is not just restricted to the legend, but it can also be used in the small multiples. For example, I'm going to pull this legend selection into small multiples. As you see here, my visual is automatically got split for the different combination of legends that are going to be available. If I'm going to select marital status, my data is going to split only for the two marital status available. If I'm going to select English product name as well, then it's going to be a combination of M all-purpose bike stand, MAWC logo cap. So it's a combination of marital status and English product name. So to recap, field parameters are a simple yet incredibly powerful tool to build dynamic charts and tables. There are few things to keep in mind while doing this. Field parameters are used whenever we want to replace many static visuals with a single dynamic one. It also gives your users the power to explore the data themselves. And most importantly, it's a one-time setup that simplifies your report creation and maintenance. Here are a few quick tips and best practices. Always use clear and descriptive names for your field parameter. That will make the life of many people using it very easy. You can also reorder the fields in the parameter by just clicking on the field parameter, and you can just reorder it by changing the numbers here. I'm going to change the marital status to 1 and English product name to 0. It will automatically change its order, and any visual that's using that particular field parameter will automatically change the display. This is also clearly and in detail explained in my previous video on the field parameters. While you can use a field parameter for both access and legend, make sure the fields you select are logically related. This will help in avoiding confusion for the user. That's all in this video. I hope this guides you to create some amazing dynamic Power BI reports. If you found this video useful, please like, comment and subscribe for more similar videos.